For a while now, there's been this ongoing push, mainly from people like Destiny, arguing that big political streamers should be willing to actually sit down and debate their ideas publicly. But on the other side, you've got Asmongold, and he's made it pretty clear he's not interested in playing that game, sharing in the following.
Nope, yeah, cry about all you want, get upset all you want, but I only operate inside of my frame of reference, and I only do things that I feel like doing. And if people don't like that, that's their problem. So yeah, if you want to respond to or say some sort of comment like that's criticism or anything like that, then I usually will listen to it. The entire premise of this isn't true. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with not wanting to debate. Well, again, like just because I don't want to have like some live argument with somebody doesn't mean that I'm not willing to express and defend my ideas. This is something that I do very regularly. So the entire, and again, even just by the nature of me discussing this foundationally, it disproves it. Like I'm literally doing that right now. So what is this? It's gonna claim you're scared? Again, that would work really great if I was in 7th grade, but I'm not. So to me, call it whatever you want, say whatever you want to say. It doesn't really matter to me. That's really what I'm going to do. And, you know, again, if you have a disagreement with something, I'm fine with listening to it.
On one side, a loud group took it exactly how you'd expect. To them, this just sounded like an excuse. The criticism came fast. People saying he's dodging real confrontation, hiding behind his own platform, and avoiding situations where his ideas could actually be challenged, live. Some went even further, straight up calling it fear, arguing that if you're confident in your views, you wouldn't avoid direct debate in the first place. That side also leaned into the echo chamber argument, basically saying it's easy to sound right when you control the environment, but a real test is stepping outside of it. But then there's the other side, and they're just as vocal. They actually agree with him. Their argument is that debates, especially in the streaming world, aren't about truth. They're about performance, fast talking, interrupting, framing arguments for an audience, not actually reaching a real conclusion. From that perspective, refusing to engage isn't weakness. It's just refusing to participate in something they see as bad faith or pointless. Some even flipped the criticism back, saying people pushing for debates are more interested in spectacle than substance, and that not every conversation needs to be turned into a public showdown. Then there's a middle ground that popped up too. People who kind of see both sides. They acknowledge that debates can expose weak arguments, but also agree that a lot of modern debate culture is more about winning optics than actually being correct. After Asmongold made it clear he's not interested in doing live debates or face-to-face conversations, the discussion didn't die down. It escalated, because on the other side, Destiny doubled down on why he thinks that stance is a problem. Destiny shares in the following.
I don't care. You don't have to debate me. Nobody has to debate me. I don't me. It could be anybody. I just don't like that people can live in their own little media bubbles. I know he's going to make this argument that like, well, you know, I react to stuff online, but it's different. It's more sanitized that way. It doesn't really prove shit. Like we've seen enough examples on my stream. Asmongold has probably seen enough examples of me doing this on my stream where somebody can make a video or whatever the fuck else and it kind of sort of seems like they know what they're talking about. And then in an actual conversation where they have to defend their opinions, you find out, oh, this guy doesn't know all about what he supposedly, you know, made some video about. The whole point of I'm really critical of all the people that are like, you know, marketplace of ideas. We need to have an open marketplace of ideas. Like if that's true, the ideas have to like clash with each other, right? That marketplace implies like some amount of like flow between different areas. Not everybody releases whatever slop they want onto the internet on their own corner that's algorithmically reinforcing whatever view they have, and there's like no contact made with anybody else at the end of the day.
Some people immediately backed Destiny's point. To them, this just reinforced the idea that staying inside your own platform makes it easier to avoid scrutiny. They see debates as a necessary test, something that forces clarity, consistency, and accountability. Without that, they argue, it's too easy to sound convincing without actually being right. But on the flip side, a lot of people pushed back hard. There's a strong group that basically said, this conversation is over, and Destiny needs to accept that. Their stance is simple. Asmongold already said no, and that should be the end of it. No debate isn't some moral failure, it's just a choice. And continuing to push for it just looks like forcing a situation that isn't going to happen. It starts with one of those stories that sounds almost unreal, but it's actually a throwback to one of the wildest moments in streaming history. At the center of it is Ninja and his deal with Mixer. Back when streaming platforms were fighting hard for top talent, Ninja made the jump from Twitch to Mixer in a massive exclusivity deal, reportedly worth around $40 million. And here's where the story gets crazy. Despite the platform shutting down, Ninja still got to keep the full payout from the deal. No clawbacks, no partial payments, just a clean exit with the bag secured. Fast forward, and he ends up returning to Twitch anyway, signing another deal after Mixer disappears. In the latest on this, in the conversation, Ninja casually confirms it, saying yeah, he kept the money and the amount everyone was speculating, sharing in the following clip.
You know I have to ask you about this, so
Dude, I'm ready.
you don't have to, but I have to ask about Mixer, right? Because there's numbers. You smile. He said I'm ready. I know you can't say it. I know you can't say it. But the reported numbers that I saw were between 30 to 50.
Yeah, that's accurate.
It's accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, so crazy, right? Within a year, it shut down also, correct?
Yep.
And I've heard that you shut down, but you got to keep the whole deal. Is that true?
Shout out to my boy Arash, dude. He's my lawyer. Best lawyer in the world.
Crazy. That is that was a huge decision. A lot of people are scared at their peaks to make decisions like that, understandably. Like, you don't want to mess with you spent a decade building up your Twitch, right? Before it was even Twitch, you're on Justin TV. That's a huge decision to make. And again, I don't think you regret it. I mean, it kind of worked out perfect for you, right? You got what, like 10 months? You got the money and you came back. You signed a deal with Twitch right after, right?
Once that clip started making rounds again, the community reaction split pretty quickly, but leaned heavily into disbelief and sarcasm. A lot of people reacted to the sheer scale of it. From their perspective, it just sounds insane, getting tens of millions for less than a year, especially when the platform itself failed. That led to a wave of comments basically saying streamers are operating in a completely different reality compared to everyone else. Then you had the sarcastic angle, people joking that this is the best deal of all time, or that Mixer basically paid huge sums just to shut down anyway. That's where memes started popping up, especially ones poking fun at how badly the platform's strategy played out. Another group zoomed out and looked at the bigger picture, bringing up how multiple creators, not just Ninja, walked away with massive payouts, while Microsoft reportedly spent huge amounts trying to build Mixer into a competitor. For them, it's less about Ninja specifically and more about how the entire platform burned through money with nothing to show for it. At the same time, there's also a smaller group that doesn't really blame Ninja at all. Their take is simple. He signed a contract, fulfilled it, and got paid. From that perspective, it's just smart business, and if anything, credit goes to having the right team and negotiating power. High shot speed loses to Janksy in a race.
He didn't understand. Oh, uno, dos, tres, go. Yeah. Okay. Say uno, dos, tres. Uno, dos, What I say? What I say? You done this? I win. I win. I win. I win. Stop playing. I win. Stop playing. I win. Stop playing. Stop playing. You know I won. I win. I won. I won. I won. Back to the cars.
As a fit up, I actually thought that was Jinxie until I read the comments. Peanut puts down a deadline.
I am your demon.
Really?
No.
Yeah, we are Japanese, so.
Oh, hey.
It's a big streamer. I know. Whoa.
And you should be pretty familiar with this.
You put a dead mine down?
Goodbye.
We needed that for the big snow cones, man.
I needed it more.
Fiona got mad and smacked Jason the Ween in the head after he started celebrating her finally leaving his stream.
And I'll see you.
I'll see you. I'm on birthday party.
Yeah.
On
No, I might see you before or after. Bye, everyone. I love you.
Bye, Anna.
Bye. Have a great night.
Peace. Thanks. God. Down!